diesel pickup like you would see going down the road, with the exception of a few things. First of all, they're going to have a weight bracket out front, just like those Super Street gas trucks in the beginning of the night, to get that weight out front. And they're also going to have the exhaust come right out of the hood of their truck. That is not legal to drive down the road that way, at least not in Pennsylvania. But they are allowed to do that in this class. And the reason behind that is to get the diesel smoke out of that engine and up into the air as fast as possible, so that they can keep putting more and more fuel and more exhaust out through that engine. That's what drives the turbo and makes all the power. These trucks are all about making power with that turbocharger. And so it looks like our first truck of the night is coming out, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The exhaust is coming right out through the hood, through the exhaust stack. The weight bracket out front. And these trucks will also make immense amounts of horsepower. Some of them making 4-digit horsepower going down the track. So that's not very typical of any machine you see going down the road. They're a lot of fun to watch. The 3.6 modified diesel pickups getting ready to go down the track. They will have a floating finish, just like our other pickup class tonight, so they can get all that they can get. 8 trucks in this class. Dodge represented first. This Dodge truck would have a 5.9 Cummins in it, an inline 6, and he's going to start the show. Lucas Hittman out of Linesville with joint custody. Those of you again familiar with this diesel pickup division, some of you may be asking, I thought these looked a lot like the 2.6 diesel pickups that used to go down the track. And you would be correct. What they've done is they've changed the specification of the turbo in an effort to keep the competition as fair as possible, and also keep the cost down for the competitors so that they can draw in more vehicles. So it's essentially just a different way to measure the turbo. 3.6 smooth bore is what they call these trucks. Here we go with our test pooler, Lucas Hinman, joint custody. He is our test puller. He has the option to keep that hook or drop to about 275 feet. He gets the option to come back later if he chooses, or keep that hook. Joint custody. coming to the starting line. You heard me mention Warren Diesel Injection, our sponsor for this class. Well, this is Jesse Warren driving the truck. What you see coming here, the lone Ford in the class. This is an 05 Ford called Sharkbait. Sharp looking machine. He is a former USA East champion. He is the only competitor to ever win the diesel class with the 6.0 power stroke. Those of you that know about these machines on the street know that the 6.0 had its issues with head gaskets and EGR valves. Well, this machine that has the 6.0, when he takes that equipment off it, is a real competitor. This truck is not the truck that he won the points championship with. This is a brand new truck. He used to drive a white 6.0. This is obviously a nice sharp looking yellow. This is Sharkbait, Jesse Warren out of Guys Mills. This is a V8 configuration. Any of the Fords or Chevys will have a V8, while the Dodges will have an inline 6. So the V8 6.0 Sharkbait, Jesse Warren. He knows how to make these Fords run. Ford fans, cheer him on, the only one in the class. Listen to that motor, it's got a little bit different sound than the inline 6. He'll still rev it at the line and away he'll go. Jesse Warren and Sharkbait. Well, folks, you can see obviously something came apart in that engine compartment. It is looking like they're getting it under control. They got oil flow popped out of the turbo. That is not what they wanted to see happen in this brand new truck. He had a great run going, and then something came apart. 262.03. 262.03. Jesse's out of the truck. How about a round of applause for him? That's always sometimes the circumstances you deal with a new machine. He will get it done, I guarantee you. He will have a 604 competitive before too long. Had a great run going, and then all of a sudden, something came apart. Jesse Warren.
The exact moment it didn't work.
Well, at least they had the dignity to bring a Ford pulling tractor back to pull the Ford back to the pits. Rough night. One more round of applause for Jesse Warren. Never what you want to see happen as a competitor. Let's hope we can get it fixed up and bring it back out. Well, coming up next, Chevy fans, here comes one for you. This will be Caleb Griffith out of Home, PA. He's driving the truck called Ought to Know Better. And this is the first Duramax powered machine of the night. Again, all three brands represented here. The Duramax is a 6.6 liter of 403 cubic inches. These trucks are allowed up to 444 cubic inches because that's what the largest automotive diesel ever made was, put in these trucks in a 7.3. Much like the tractors that were using diesel fuel, it's all about the turbo. The cubic inch does not make as much difference in these diesel machines, so you'll see this 403 compete against a 360, and the cubic inch will not make as much difference because it's all about that turbo, all about the setup. Making sure they get everything right as they go down the track, making sure they have the right air pressures in those tires, the balance right on that machine. More to it than just putting as much power in the engine as you can. That's a big part of it, but there's other nuances to getting down the track. So we've got Caleb Griffith out of Home, PA with the Duramax. Ought to Know Better. Again, a V8 configuration. These Duramaxes really came onto the scene after they began to figure out how to program the computers inside those motors. Every Duramax has a computer that regulates all of the operations inside that engine, and people much smarter than I figured out how to get into that engine and that computer and manipulate it to get as much horsepower out of it. And when they did that, these Duramaxes really, really are tough to compete with. They also are the only machine to have independent front suspension. Fords and Dodges have a solid front axle. They have independent front suspension up front. And a lot of times that helps them really stick to the track. Let's see if we can get it done tonight. Caleb Griffith out of Home, PA. Gonna go after that mark set by the Dodge. 268. Ought to Know Better, Caleb Griffith. And a little bit different sound from that V8 Duramax. Listen as it comes off the line. Ought to Know Better. He's going to be right up in the mix. Ought to Know Better. Good run way down. He took that right down by the infield side. I don't know, we're going to have to wait and see what the laser says. Good run way down. Again, you can hear the difference there. We've had one of each make so far. The inline 6 versus the V8s. A little bit different sound, but you can see still immense amount of power coming out of each of these machines, as he is going to be your new leader, Caleb Griffith. Know Better. Coming up next will be Bill Wills out of New Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. This is an 05 Cummins, and he calls it It's Only Money. These trucks are weighing in at 8,000 pounds tonight, and so you you've seen a few different configurations. Everybody up to this point has only had 4 tires in contact with the ground. This one is a dually. As long as he can get it under the 8,000 pounds, and it came as an OEM factory wheelbase, he is legal. So he is allowed to run the dual wheels in the back. That just means he's probably got less weight up front. He believes the traction in the back axle is a better option for him. So let's see for Bill Wills, the 05 Cummins. This would be a common rail injection truck, meaning it is not mechanically injected, so they actually can get inside the computer. The computer regulates everything inside of this motor as well. They can get in that computer and manipulate it. Again, making 4-digit horsepower, a lot of these trucks. Bill Wills with It's Only Money. The last generation that they put the 5.9 Cummins in. It's only money. It is tough pulling out there tonight. Right there about the 245, 250 mark. Seems like he had a lot of trouble getting traction as he came down the track. Yes, his tires were spinning, but he wasn't getting a whole lot of bite. Just a little bit different setup. For It's Only Money. Got a good look there as he's driving off of the track. The bars coming from right underneath the cab down to the rear axle. They are allowed to run traction bars. It just kind of helps to make sure that their back axle stays hooked to the track and doesn't bounce. Anytime those trucks start to bounce, that's when things break. So that is a modification they're allowed to make to get more traction and keep these trucks from bouncing down the track. Just about all of these trucks run them in different configurations. Well, coming up next is Zach McClellan out of Waterford, Pennsylvania. This is another good running truck. Very competitive in his class. This is called Midnight Magic. It's an 01 Dodge Cummins. He was in the top 5 at Bunker Hill. Midnight Magic truck. Depending on the year, these diesel pickups that they put in the Dodges had different head configurations. Some were what they call 12 valves, some were 24 valves. This would have come from the factory with a 24 valve. That does not mean that he's still running the 24 valve. They are allowed to change things like that as long as it came in a truck of that manufacturer. So he might be running a 12 valve in this 01. A lot of guys like it. It's very able to make a lot of power and very bulletproof, they say a lot of times. It's very trustworthy. Zach McClellan with Midnight Magic. Gonna get his turbo spinning at the starting line. The smoke will turn black and away we go. Zach McClellan. Where the flame coming out of the gas stack. It sounded good, but all of a sudden it didn't like the fuel being poured to it. It sounds like he's got it started back up. He may give it another shot. You can see as the smoke comes towards us, it never quite turned black. They want it to turn almost jet black. That means that they're getting enough fuel into the engine. when it's white like that, they're just not getting the right fuel ratio that they want. He's going to try it again. Cheer him on. Zach McClellan, Midnight Magic. Let's get that turbo spinning. Nope. Just does not want to go tonight. Something is amiss with the fuel. When he goes to take off the line, it should immediately turn jet black as he goes down and gets that turbo spinning. Just not going to work for him tonight. He may have tried something different tonight in his setup, but it's not working. Midnight Magic, Zach McClellan. Can we have a tow vehicle to the track? Tow tractor to the track. Smell that diesel fuel. That is unburned diesel fuel that you're smelling as it comes by. Again, please bring a tow tractor to the starting line. Tow tractor to the starting line. Then why do they sit there at the line and wait and wait and wait? The idea is to try and get the turbo spinning. They're not going to make as much power unless that turbocharger is spinning. It's a great big turbocharger inside that engine bay. And so it takes some time for them to get that exhaust running through it and get the turbocharger spinning. They do not want to take off the line until that happens. So that's why you see them sitting at the line. But again, something wrong with Zach McClellan's Midnight Magic. How about a round of applause, folks? Rough night. As the temperatures cool down, a lot of these trucks will start to make more and more power, and sometimes they just don't like it. Typically, the cooler the air, the more power they make, but something is wrong tonight. They may think they have a timing issue. There's definitely something wrong. Well, coming to the starting line now is the USA East champion in this division for 2017. This is Joe Hem. He calls this truck Thunder Rolls, and it is a good running machine. That being said, I was just talking to him tonight, and that truck has had a complete rebuild. It is not even the same engine that was in it last year, so he's going to try something different. However, one thing that he takes great pride in is he does all of the work himself. He does get some parts from other people, but he does all the work himself to bring it out here and have a good time. This is Joe Hem with Thunder Rolls, your 2017 USA East champ, Joe Hem. Say we have a new leader. I have never quite heard a Cummins sound quite like that. He had quite the whistle. That was being produced by the turbocharger. You can see a great wheel speed as he came down the track. And he really took it down the track. Joe Hem, Thunder Rolls. You can see the exhaust coming out of those two stacks. He really was rolling down the track.
That's one right. That's actually the square.
Well, folks, I thought he he had enough to take the lead, but that's actually going to put him in second place. 273 and 4. 273 and 4 for Thunder Rolls. Not quite enough to take over the lead. All right, folks, coming up next is another good running truck. This is Dan Constantine. He calls this truck Lost and Forgotten. And if you ever get the opportunity to get up close to this truck, it is quite the marvel to look at that wrap that he has on that truck. Beautiful paint scheme, Lost and Forgotten. And this is a good running machine. Again, he's got the dual rear wheels. This is a good running truck. He's going to have to put on a good hook to go after that leader. Lost and Forgotten out of Akron, Ohio with the 98 Dodge. Made this truck as a tribute to veterans, so again, a beautiful looking machine. If you ever get a chance to get up close to it, take a look at it. He's not worried about the paint scheme right now, though. He's going up after 275. Dan Constantine, Lost and Forgotten. Lost and Forgotten. Had a little bit of bounce on his way down the track. Lost him some valuable feet and again. Lost and Forgotten. Well, folks, as we're getting ready to just finish up here, we've got one truck left in the 3.6 diesel class, and we've got a tractor that wants to make an exhibition run. I just want to remind you that there are events going on all week here at the Big Butler Fair. Come back tomorrow evening and watch the drag races. It's a great time. It's going to be something completely different. They'll have the street legal diesel pickup division, the street legal gas pickup division, and semi trucks going down the horse track right here in front of us. That'd be a blast. And also, come back Thursday night, we've got 3 more divisions of pooling. And you can check out all of the schedule for USA East Pooling at fullpoolproductions.com. All of our events are listed online at fullpoolproductions.com. And don't forget to come back tomorrow for drag racing and Thursday night for another great night of pooling, as we still have one truck left, and it is a Chevrolet. It is Troublemaker, and it is driven by John Hump, and it is an 05 Chevrolet out of Bloomingdale, Ohio. Last truck in the class, and one of only 2 Chevrolets tonight. But there is a Chevy in the lead, so they could go 1-2 right here. 275, the mark he's going after. One of the only trucks tonight running the regular cab configuration as well, you can see. They want to try and get as long a wheelbase as possible. That helps with their weight distribution. He's running a single cab, but it looks like the bed on that is a little bit longer. Troublemaker, John Hump out of Bloomingdale, Ohio. The Duramax. He stayed in that throttle the whole way. He even bounced a little bit about 7,500 feet, and he stayed right in it, down right in the mix with the leader. He might have done it. 275 is the mark to lead. There's your leader and your winner tonight. 284 feet. How about a round of applause for your winner? And Chevy fans, you go 1-2 in the diesel class tonight. Again, your winner tonight with the Troublemaker truck is John Hump with a distance 284 and 3. Caleb Griffin, second place. Dan Constantine, third place. Lucas Hinman, fourth place. Fifth place, Jesse Warren. Bill Wills in fifth place. Sixth place. Seventh place is Zach McClellan. And rounding out the top 8 tonight, Joe Hem